Thank you, Mike and band. So I just have to laugh because when I did my Spin the Contact, it just so happened that it came up with Jim Bushfield, who is our district superintendent for the United Methodist Church. I just think that's kind of funny. So do you know that song, Operator? Of course we know that song. Everybody loves that song. Jim Croce came out 45 years ago. Can you believe it? 45 years ago. Now, can you imagine, and I see some kids here today, your kid listening to that song and then trying to explain to them exactly how it works. You have to say, young man up there, and young man over there. Let me tell you, there used to be these things on the corners. They were called phone booths. See, even I don't remember. They were called phone booths, and you would put a dime in it, and then you could call somebody, but if you don't get that person, you get this person called an operator on the other line on the other side of the phone, and you say, hey, I need you to call so-and-so in California because she just broke up with me. And the operator would help you do that. But that makes no sense to you. Not even that. I bet what doesn't even make more sense. Do you know there used to be a phone that you cranked like this, and you got the operator's attention? And the operator she would say, operator, and then you would ask her to connect you with somebody, and she would connect you with somebody, but you had to be really careful because all your neighbors could listen in on that phone call. Yeah, totally lost to you. It works in the same vein as well. Just imagine if, like my grandfather, who died a number of years ago, came back and saw us all talking to ourselves as we walked around like this. He would think we were insane, right? You would have no idea that you can put a thing in your ear and you can talk to people. Life is moving quickly, isn't it? It's moving so very quickly. So how is it that we make it through life? First of all, we can turn off and say, no, I'm not going to do that. Or we can seek to connect in the means of communication that work for today. I mean, think about it. Jesus did just that, didn't he? He left the synagogue. He left this place that was comfortable for him being a rabbi, and he stepped out into the world, and he started telling people about the love of God. And that circle grew bigger. Well, that circle kept growing bigger and bigger, and then this thing called the Gutenberg Press came along in the 1400s. And that totally and completely transformed the way we communicate in the world. It created an opportunity for people to learn to read and for people to get connected in a different way, not through a priest or not through some other entity, but indeed just to be able to think for themselves. It goes and it goes and it goes. And it made me start thinking, what if Jesus were around today? I have to tell you, I think Jesus would be connected. I think Jesus would have a cell phone and a Facebook account, and I think Jesus would tweet others as he wished to be tweeted. Oh, thank you. Try the veal. So I think that God works through science and works through technology to help bring us together in a variety of different ways. Now here shortly, Jillian's going to start talking about technology, and some of you are going to do what I do to her at every meeting. Right? Don't do that. Because this is an investment. This is an investment in your community of faith. This is an investment in one another. This is the way that we can connect with one another. Yesterday we had our board retreat at the garden, and we were reminded that we really don't have a place for fellowship. We really don't have a place to be community, but we do. And it's in the realm, and it's a good place to start. Yes, I believe we need to be face-to-face and all of those things. But I believe that the resources that we're going to talk about here today are resources that can help us get connected better. Because we here at the garden love our technology.
Well, good morning. I'm Jillian Pruitt, your business administrator, and I've got a fun little tool here to show you and see if any of you remember what this thing is. Yep. So if you don't know, that's a typewriter eraser. I used to use it at my grandma's house. And that circle part is an eraser, and the blue stringy bits are the brush, and you'd brush it all off. And I would go to my grandma's house to use her typewriter for school reports, even through middle school. I didn't grow up with an email address, and I really didn't have one until I went off to college when all of us realized, oh, we're going to lose touch with each other. Let's try this new email address thing. Except that we didn't realize how important it was to remember how to spell the email address part correctly, or you had to have that number if they had a number. And so half the people, we lost touch with each other because we didn't realize it was so important to spell the email address correctly. I've never been that person that gets the newest iPhone or the newest tech gadget. It's just really never been that important to me. But there are some parts of technology that have certainly made my life a lot easier. Those friends I lost touch with in high school, we could reconnect together on Facebook and keep in each other's lives. And oh my goodness, I don't think I could survive without the calendar on my phone and being able to see what everybody in my family is doing and sync our schedules all together. And can we talk for a minute about grocery lists? Oh my goodness, I love my Alexa app, where anybody in the family can add something to the list and then it syncs to my husband's and I's phone, and when we're out shopping we can get that last minute thing that my 6-year-old just had to have, which is usually a goldfish. So I should just know this and keep it on the list. But there are certainly a lot of things about technology that can be a help to us. So today we're going to take a look at Realm, which is all the exciting blue and yellow that we have going on. We're having a little bit of a launch party, so everything's blue and yellow. And let's take a look at the app and see how Realm works and a little bit about it.
We're at Ascension Lutheran Church, technically Lutheran Church of the Ascension in Northfield. Ascension's a relatively young congregation. It was founded in 1959. Our vision is to be a vibrant, progressive church on the North Shore that welcomes all who want to work in Jesus' name. We participated in something our national church calls God's Work on Our Hands, which happens every second Sunday of September across the church. Had a group painting, we had a group assembling care kits for small inner city school children. It's primarily focused on service to the larger community. So Sunday morning really is the centerpiece of our life together, education, worship, and fellowship time. I've fought this for years about having a marketing strategy because I'm old school church, that people will come. But people don't come. And so we have to have our name out there and our mission out there and say, this is a place for you to fulfill your personal mission. One of the things Realm has allowed us to do is provided a vehicle for tracking when people show up and what they like to do. We track attendance at every event we do. And so we can very quickly pull up the dashboards and say, oh, this is something people really want to do. So Amy understood right away the potential of Realm.
I'm actually on Realm every single day. It really just makes my job so much easier. And Realm just keeps us organized to be able to have the check-in going and check people in for events like yesterday. We had 23 people or so join just recently. It was nice to see that transition through Realm as they went from visitor to member. And then as we see them getting involved, which groups they're becoming parts of. It's data, it's real-time data that you can see in the moment, which is really cool.
As a new member, I thought that one of the things I should do was become involved quickly so that I would understand the community and get to know the community. The first thing that happened to me was Realm.
It is really cool to be able to connect in that way for church, because you sort of think of church as very old-fashioned, face-to-face communication. Being able to keep in touch with the church community through your phone or through the internet, you can feel like you're doing more, even if you don't have the time to physically be there.
So when I make a group and I pull those parents' emails, they're all in one place. So, even from home, because I'm a part-time employee, I can access Realm. And in this busy world we live in, it's very important for us to continually have contact with them so they remember upcoming events.
Realm allows is you can work with it no matter where you are in the world and do your job. Because that's not how you want to spend your staff or your leaders' time doing, the work behind the scenes. You want them to be out there with people and doing their own ministries. We have a Q card now that invites people to either give a one-time gift or to sign up for regular giving, and we also have that they can text a gift to us. But it's also helping us bring all of our ministries together in terms of cohesive look, a cohesive vision, so what you see on Realm, you see on our website, and Realm has really helped us to capture the need for that. We are a community of faith, and we share joys and sorrows, the joys and sorrows personally and for the congregation and for the world. It's a powerful place, and I'm so fortunate to be here.
So your church staff has been using Realm now for about a year, and it has been such a blessing. Things that used to take several hours are done in half the time. And we can manage that as a central database. So Kathy Clark, for example, our wonderful Sunday morning coordinator, uses Realm to update her lists and add and remove people on the hospitality list as she needs. And she doesn't have to call the office to do that and wait for us for a day or so to get that done. Then she can use all those up-to-date rosters to send mass emails out to those people that are volunteering that Sunday for hospitality. And she doesn't have to worry about whether or not she has their email address correct. Did you know that it used to take up to 2 days, if not longer, to get somebody's contact information correct in our database? That's a long time, because we would get that one piece of contact info, and then depending on your workflow, it may take a day or two to get it in. But then, if that person was in a group, those group leaders all had their own little rosters out here. So then you had to figure out what group this person belonged to, contact all those group leaders, and let them know. It was a total nightmare. And now everything is going to be housed all together. So we know why it's helpful for staff, but why is it going to be helpful for you? And I have 5 words for you: online directory and secure giving. So online directory, we can connect with one another. I'm sure we remember the days of the paper directory, being able to see people's pictures and their contact info, that they want to share, because we may not want to share everything. And we have that opportunity with Realm to be able to do that with each other. But I do want to take a minute to pause and look at how Realm keeps our information secure. So let's take a look at that.
You trust your church with some pretty important and often personal information. On the other hand, church is all about interacting with people, creating relationships, getting to know others. So for most of us, putting information online is a delicate balance, sharing some facts with selected people without disclosing everything to the world. To help you do that, let's talk about who can see what in Realm, and how can you lock down the data you want to secure. First, only people with a login to your church's Realm site can see any information. It is not available to everyone with internet access. Second, absolutely no one, not even staff members, can see any credit card numbers you enter or save in Realm. Third, your contribution amounts and the funds you give to are visible, but only to those staff members your church has specifically given permission. Fourth, what about your phone numbers, address, and other contact information? You actually have a lot of control over who can see this data. By using the privacy controls on your profile page, you can open your information up to everyone in the church, or lock it down so it's visible to staff only. Bear in mind that some staff members will always be able to see your Realm data. But if anyone changes your privacy settings, whether a member of staff or someone in your family, you will be emailed automatically about the change. Finally, a note about kids. Even if you open their information to everyone, only leaders, staff, and their fellow group members can see the names, photos, and data of children listed in Realm. So use the level of security you feel the most comfortable with, but try to help your staff by providing some basic information about yourself. You'll be helping them meet your church's ministry goals, and once you're a part of Realm, you can use it to stay in touch with your friends and keep up to date with all the great things going on at your church.
So know that only those affiliated with the Garden will be able to have an account, and the only way a person can create an account is through an email invitation that actually went out last night. And I am so excited to say that in our soft launch phase, we had about 40 people that were Realm users. And as of last night, before I even said anything in the first service, 16 people joined, and we are now up to, after the first service, we're now up to 70 people with logins within less than 12 hours. So super exciting, yes. It doesn't take much for this lady. So an individual can request an account, though, through our website, but I will be the person that vets them, so to speak. I'm the gatekeeper. So if their info is not already in Realm, which means that they're either maybe connected or not connected, or we just haven't gathered their information, I'm going to be finding out who that person is, how they're connected, and if they know anyone at the garden, I'm going to be talking to that person. So that way we know for sure that they are connected, because you can't just create an account in Realm like you can just go create an email address. It doesn't work that way for Realm. It's only people connected to the garden. When it comes to giving, Realm is certainly our most secure option. You can set up reoccurring giving at a frequency that works for you, with the same security that's used by banks and financial institutions. Now, to make things easier for us, on our website, you can see a picture up there, there's going to be a little icon, or there is an icon. It's a little cloud for Realm, and that's where you could click to log right into Realm once you create your account. As well as under the Connect part of our website, if you click Connect, there's a page that says Join Us on Realm. And on that page, there are going to be some dates for some getting to know Realm classes, because we want to be able to support you. So in terms of support, we know that there are some people that are more visual learners, so we have step-by-step directions with pictures at every step for just about everything you'd ever want to do in Realm. We also have a Realm support team that will be on site, made up of a couple of staff members and some fellow gardeners. They'll be on site from every Sunday from now until about November 19th, and then after that, about once a month, they'll be here. And then we have some getting to know Realm classes once a week through November, and then we'll kind of recirculate them back as we go along. We want you to feel comfortable with what you're doing. Now, because of the nature of our space and the time we have, we're actually going to take a little moment right now and get our devices out. So, if you have a phone, go ahead and pull that thing out. We are going to get on your email, and I'm going to show you how to create your account. Now, I will say that as we go through the steps up here on the screen, it's going to be a little small here, but you'll have it there. On your screen. There are also some step-by-step directions in your bulletins today, so you're encouraged to take these home with you on how to set up your account. And there'll be a couple of us in these Getting Connected shirts that are going to walk around here for a couple of minutes. We only have a couple minutes together, but we'll do what we can. So how to set up your account is that you would go to your email, and in your email, there's going to be an email that was sent last night that says, the Garden Community Church, join our online community with an exclamation mark, because we are super excited. Yes! And once you click on that email, when you open it up, there's going to be a link, and you'll click on that link, and it's going to take you to a registration screen. Your email's already in there, and then you'll just create a password. There's a little checkbox that says, I'm not a robot, because they want to know it's really you, and then you'll register. Once you do that, it's going to trigger one more email verification to you. It's just one more security measure that it really is you. And that email registration or verification will come to your email, and you'll just click on the link, and you will be officially with a Realm account. So we're going to take a couple minutes. Let's do this. We're going to take a couple minutes, and we're going to walk around here a little bit and just be available to you for help if you need it. So let's do that. How's it going, ladies? Excellent. I can give you help. Oh, you can probably... Okay, so we don't have a lot of time, but I'm going to say that the great thing is you cannot break Realm and you cannot accidentally give. Yes, that's also very good. We are here to support you. We have some people, as I said, the Realm support team are out there in the lobby, so if you need some more help, come on up and do that. We have classes that we'll have once a week. The dates for the classes are on our website. When you go to Connect and then Join Us on Realm, you'll see some dates there for you to come. And we'll showcase a few things over the next few weeks about Realm and service. So our biggest goal is that you are comfy with the system and that it's made as easy as possible for you. Thanks.